Hello! So for those of you who may not know me, my name is Mrs. Lamonde and I will be your child's grade 1 teacher this year. For those of you who do know me or who have had siblings in my class in years past, welcome back. I am looking forward to an amazing year. So to start off, let me jump into the most important thing, and then what I will talk to you about is the first day procedure. We can discuss through email, through phone calls, through Remind, moving forward. If you have any questions at all, I'm more than happy to answer them. However, what I'd like to do in this video is just make sure that everyone is aware of the expectations, the safety protocol and procedures with regards to masking, as well as the first day that your child is going to start school. Okay, so let's jump into masking. Now, our board, the TCDSB, has mandated that all students from kindergarten to grade 8 must wear a mask when they come to school. If your child has a medical reason that he or she is not able to wear a mask, then the expectation is that he or she is going to wear a face shield. Now, that is one of these, and I will get more into this afterwards. You cannot decide on your own, unfortunately, that your child is unable to wear a face mask. That will need to be shared and documentation provided by your medical practitioner, so your doctor. And then you must submit that to the office, to the principal, and then he can give the green light, the thumbs up, that your child may wear a medical mask, a visor, or a face shield instead of a face mask like this. So you need to clear that with the office. Your child just cannot wear this. You need to send them with a face mask on the first day. Okay, so I think that's out of the way for now with regards to the masking, okay, that they are mandatory. You have to come with the mask. Now, when we are inside of the school, all children will be wearing masks at all times, except for when they are eating or drinking. Now, during these times, I will be with your child, okay? During the time that he or she is eating or drinking, they will take the mask off. Now, I'm going to tell you something because I am also a parent. So I have a child going into grade 6, a child going into grade 3, and a child going into senior kindergarten in another board. So I know that as a parent, I just want to take every precaution necessary or available to protect my 3 kids. So I have told them when they are eating snack or lunch and they remove their masks, I want them wearing one of these. And I have purchased one of these for each of them. The school does not provide these for students, okay? But I have purchased those for my own kids. And the reason I share that is because for the duration of the year, when I am your child's teacher, I know it kind of sounds a little corny, a little cliche, but I do view them as my own children. So every single thing that I do, that I say, every single action that I take towards your child is something that I would do for my own child. So I just wanted to put that out there so you are aware that that is an option that is available, because you need to know that when eating or drinking in the class, your child will remove his or her mask at which point in time they would not be protected. Okay, so for recesses, outside time, during the time that we walk from the class to the outside door, your child will still be wearing his or her mask. When we get to the door, each teacher has a Tupperware container and enough envelopes for each student in the class for the masks to be put into the envelopes. I will then take all of the envelopes that are in the bin and keep them in the classroom. When recess is over, I'm going to bring that bin back outside and your child will take the mask back out of the envelope, put it on, line up at the door with us, socially distanced, and we will walk back into the school. So from the time that they enter the school, they will have the mask on once again. So I just wanted to make that clear. Okay, so let's start with the day that your child is to start school. And again, just to get this out of the way right from the get-go, I am so sorry for the confusion that I caused any parents with regards to the start date and thereafter. As I mentioned, my children are in a different board. My neighbors who I speak to work in a different board. And so all of these different plans for that first week were in my head, and I gave you the wrong information, so I am sorry. Luckily, I was able to reach every parent via telephone, via Remind, or via email to let them know the correct information. So, on the day that your child starts, okay, unless your child starts Thursday, not everyone will be there. So, Monday, we start with 25% of the class. And then Tuesday, we add another 25. So we'll have 50% of the class. Wednesday, we add another 25% of our class. So we'll have 75% of our class. Thursday, everyone will be there. That's 100%. And then Friday, again, everyone's there. So if your child is set for a Monday start, he or she is there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. If your child's set for a Tuesday start, he or she is there Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and so on and so forth. Okay, so from the day that your child starts, they keep coming every day after that. Let's start with what to do or what to expect when your child arrives. This year, you will be given a clear duotang from me. Each teacher's doing it a little bit differently, but I have a clear duotang for every student, and inside is your COVID screening passport. When you arrive at school on your child's start date, this COVID screening passport will need to be signed before your child is able to enter school property. And that is for the safety of all children. I will also add that this year, the gloaming gates, which is the street near the southwest corner of the yard, as well as the gym gate and the church parking lot gate, those gates will be our only gates to access the school for school students. And what I mean by that is there is a gate entrance at the climber that is only for the daycare now. So before and after school parents would be able to use that entrance, but not just regular day students. You may not use that entrance anymore. And the other gates at the school will be locked until 8:10 in the morning. That is because we cannot have students congregating, getting together, playing, speaking closely, touching equipment together, with what's going on in the world. So there's no supervision until 8:10. So that is why this year the gates will be locked until 8:10. If you used to get here at 8, if you used to get here at 8:05, you're going to be standing outside the gates waiting. You cannot have access to the schoolyard. So parents who have not yet received the COVID screening passport, don't worry. I'm going to meet you at the gate when you arrive. And if you can show your child my face, and plus you're seeing my face now, I will see you, and that you can wave. The staff member that's on duty at the gate will call me over, and I'll give you your student's passport, and you can sign it. Okay, but that needs to be signed every single day when you check your child before he or she comes to school. And if it is not signed, unfortunately, your child will not be allowed on the school property. They will be sent to the office and you will be notified, and you need to come and sign the passport. So please make sure to sign that each morning. And for the time being, you'll get a new one each week. And it will be checked every single day. So we have the arrival, the gates, the screening. When your child arrives at the gate and their passport is signed, they will then be taken into the yard by another staff member. And a lot of the time this coming week, I will be outside, but they will be taken to our area. And for now, as far as I'm aware, our area, our sectioned off area for our classroom / cohort is just in front of the climber. If you're familiar with the yard, it's not the area where the climber is, it's just beside it. So you'll see when you come. But that's going to be our play area for our class only, and students will be watched to make sure that they stay in that area. We can't have cohorts, we can't have classrooms crossing with each other, because as you will see in the weeks to come, and by weeks I mean you will know very quickly, with regards to what happens when a suspected COVID case comes up or a confirmed COVID case. I just want to deal with the first starting day for now, but we'll get into all of that other information in the days to come. Okay, so now your child is in the yard. He or she is being supervised. We have our kind of waiting area until the bell rings. No equipment this year, guys. We can't bring anything from home. We want to decrease the likelihood that one child is touching another child's skipping rope, bouncy ball, anything. I know it seems unimaginable that kids would be out in the yard without equipment, but this is what we have to do right now to ensure their safety. So please do not send your child with any outdoor equipment from home, okay, or toys. I will have to confiscate it and keep it till the end of the day and send it home in a bag, and they won't be able to even touch it all day. So your child has arrived, your child has been screened, your child has come to the waiting area. We will go inside. This is not necessary for you to know, but it's information that you might be interested in. We will be having 2 separate recesses each morning to limit the number of students that are outside. Again, cohorts will have to stay in a designated area, so there is no crossing of cohorts. Brothers and sisters will not be playing that are in different classrooms. Again, safety. I know it's not ideal, but it's what we have to do to ensure your child's safety. So all students will not be out at the same time. For lunch, everyone has the same lunch block. However, everyone will not be outside at the same time. When one of the set groups is eating, the other group will be outside. And by one of the set, I mean half of the school pretty much. When half of the school is eating, the other half will be outside. When the outside half comes in, the inside half goes out. And so that's what we're doing at this point to see how that works. Again, safety, numbers, the fewer kids we have outside at the same time, the better we are able to watch them, supervise them, and ensure their safety. Again, when it comes to afternoon recess, we will again be having 2 different recesses so that we can manage the number of students that are out there. Okay, so we have gotten to coming to school, passport, gates, ushering them into their areas, recesses, lunch, recesses, dismissal. So as you may or may not be aware, next week there is no busing for regular bus students. And what I mean by that is for special needs and exceptional students, there is busing, and the bus company would have reached out to you. I have none of that information. I cannot tell you about your busing. However, for regular bus students, there is none. So parents are highly, highly, highly encouraged to please walk your student to school or your child. If you live too far to walk and it is necessary that you drive, I am strongly encouraging you to park in the church parking lot or on Gloaming, which, like I said, is that street near the southwest doors of the school, because we cannot have a backlog of cars in the parking lot. It will be a zoo. And in addition, as I mentioned, there's going to be a staff member at the gate checking all of the passports. And you have to be distanced as you wait in that line to get your passport screened. So for those of you that may be thinking right now, oh my gosh, this sounds like a logistical nightmare. It is, but we have no other option right now. This is the best plan that we have, working with the numbers we have right now. Okay, so I don't want you to be scared. It's just this is going to take a lot of time. And that's also why we're starting students back bit by bit. Imagine if we had all the students at once and having the whole school lined up down the block, socially distanced, waiting to show their passports. So please, if you can walk that first week, do so. If you can park in the church parking lot or on Gloaming, please do so. It's going to make your life a lot easier for the waiting that's going to happen with getting into the yard. Okay, so at dismissal, we will go to our waiting areas, and if you come to the gate, I will be looking for you. When I speak to you and meet some of you on the first day, I will tell you exactly what gate to wait at. But if you come to the gate, your child is going to be waiting with me in our outdoor waiting area. And he or she will say, there's my mom, there's my dad, there's my babysitter, my grandma. And I will say, okay, I will walk them over to you, give them to you, and I will see you the next day. But you are not permitted to enter the yard. Please also be advised, because this is very important, that students who are not picked up by 3 o'clock dismissal time, there's no going to wait in the office this year. We can't do that for safety reasons. So your child will be waiting outside. and you will be called. They will be supervised by the principal, but they're not going to be sitting on a bench in the office. So if in years past you've been rushed and unable to get here by 3 o'clock, this year it's going to look a lot different. Okay, so I've gotten to dismissal now. Let me touch on a few things for the first day that you might have questions about. I already mentioned the face shields. You're more than welcome to send these. And if you would like your child to wear that when they're eating, I will do my best to ensure and remind them that they are wearing it when they have their mask on off to eat or drink. Additionally, hand sanitizer. I will have hand sanitizer in the classroom. Every time we go outside, I will be pumping hand sanitizer into your child's hand. Every time we come inside, I will be pumping hand sanitizer into your child's hand. Every time it is time to eat, we will be either A, washing our hands with soap and water on a schedule in the washroom, or I will be pumping hand sanitizer. Your child has his or her own bin. Right now I have crayons, a pencil, an eraser, scissors, a ruler, and yeah, I think I said everything in there. However, if you would like your child to have more than that, I am very, very happy to put that into their bin for them. No other person in the entire class will be touching the top of that bin, putting their hands in that bin, or using the items in that bin. There is no sharing this year. I will be sending pictures of our classroom to parents on Remind, just to give you an idea of what it looks like. But yeah, it's really pared down this year. As you might imagine, we don't have a bunch of toys for kids to play with, toys that would be shared. So when your child is in that class, know that I am doing everything I can 100% to ensure that he or she is safe. I give you my word. I guarantee it. However, it's going to look very different this year. And I want your child to be aware of that. And if you could help with that, I would love it. The other thing that I'm going to ask at this time is that you please do your best, if you haven't yet, on showing your child how to properly put on and take off the mask. And what I mean by that is that the outside of the mask should not be touched. Every time your child puts on and takes off the mask in class, we will be using hand sanitizer because that is what Health Canada has suggested. However, please work with them on how to safely do it. I will do it as well with them, but it would be very helpful if you could as well. Okay. I also wanted to mention that if you were someone who wanted to send your own hand sanitizer, you're more than welcome to, and only your child will be touching and using that specific sanitizer, but I will have class one as well for everyone. If you want to send a fanny pack, a waste pouch for your child to put his or her mask in when they're outside instead of the bins with the envelopes that I mentioned, you are more than welcome to do so. That is what I am doing for my own children. They have when I say my own, I mean my biological kids. I'm sending them to school with fanny packs. And every single time they go outside, I want that mask in their pack. Okay. But yeah, so I think that's about it. The only other thing I might touch upon is lunch. Lunches will not be dropped off this year. And if they are, they're going to be staying outside because we can't have that contamination coming into the office. So please send your child with his or her snack in the morning in the backpack as well as the lunch. Okay. It's a lot easier and safer for everyone if you do not drop that off during the day. Please send it in the morning. If you have any questions, I am here to answer them. I am using the Remind app. I do have email, which is lamondk@tcdsb.org. Please email me. Likewise, during the school week, the school phone number is 416-393-5286. And again, I am Mrs. Lamonde. I look forward to a fabulous year with your child. Have a great weekend. Bye.